Hello, everybody, and welcome back to our show. We're doing a shorter thing this time around. We're just going to talk about the Comic Con stuff. My name, of course, is Etienne, spelled like you say it, joined by my good buddy Merlin. How are you, bro?
Good at you. I'm just having a little giggle because we just talked about it. about our introductions. No, I'm doing good, man. I'm doing good. Glad to be here again.
No, I'm happy to have you, bro. So tell me, Merlin, do you like an announcement of any sort? Do you especially like announcements at big things?
big big announcements at big gatherings and conventions. Those kind of big announcements.
Yes, those ones. Are you a fan?
I do like those. I do like those.
Well, then I got something right up your alley. So, as we know, we're a little bit late to the game on this one. Comic Con has been over for a while. But we thought we'd just go through the list of the things that they announced. Not everything. We're not doing the toys and all of that. Just to go through the list of things that they announced, see what we're excited for, see what we're not excited for. So, I have a full list here for you. Can I read it for you like a school teacher?
Yes, go through it. I'll make little peeps for things I'm excited for.
Okay. Ooh, R sounds only, né?
Okay.
Alright, so we got Dungeons and Dragons: Honor Among Thieves. We talked about that last week. That looks good. I think we're both probably excited for that. Yeah, appropriate. Then Teen Wolf the movie, which I'm not gonna lie, give no fucks about.
Uh,
Are you a Teen Wolf fan?
I used to be a Teen Wolf fan back in the day. I'm not gonna lie, they got me. Hey, it's a simple formula. It's a bunch of good-looking guys with their shirts off. It's what do you
Sometimes that is all you need, especially if it's your mom's house.
Yes, but now I get that fix from my Marvel movies.
That is true. That is very
Yeah,
true. Marvel
so-
keeps it up. They keep up the sexy quite good. It's true. Then we
Yeah,
got Rings of Power. We're not going to talk about that again because I think everyone's talked about that again.
no.
Star Trek stuff. We got Star Trek Lower Deck Season 3 and Picard Season 3. Have you seen any of those shows?
I have no, man. I wanted to go with. Okay, that's interesting to know. I'm always glad to hear that Star Trek is doing well. It's one of the four pillars of the sci-fi community.
It is.
I'm not a Trekkie. Nobody's gonna ever confuse me for one. It's not gonna happen.
I get you. But is it the utter boringness of it?
I think it's the lack of wizards.
I get that. There's a substantial lack of wizards. I don't know. Star Trek's good. I like the J.J. Abrams movies. Don't come for me in the comments, please. But I do like them, Clay and all. I think they're pretty entertaining. Here's the thing about Star Trek. I appreciate that it's a more nuanced and a more realistic view. If we were 1,000 years in the future, what space travel would look like. It is more realistic, I guess, in that way. But it's just boring, man. No one's jumping high. No one has a colored sword. Blasters don't shoot lasers. It's not very fun.
As I said, I'm glad to hear they're doing well. It's important for me that they do well. It's just not for me.
Yeah, there's no toxic fandom around here. No, sir. No, we want everything to do well. That's true.
Oh yeah, no.
No toxic fandom.
I'll at length tell you why it's important that Star Trek does well. So we won't do that yet. Shoot me with another announcement.
Merlin, go off about how Star Trek should do well. Leave us a comment and we'll get that immediately.
Yes.
Then we got the Marvel stuff. So for Marvel, they were quite hectic. They were very present. We got She-Hulk. We got Wakanda Forever. We got a list of Phase 4 and 6 and what it's going to be.
Yeah, and they
mention all that. Yeah.
No, that's sorry for interrupting you there. No, they explained a lot about what it is about, giving it a little name, the multiverse saga and everything. So people are theorizing it up. The internet is abuzz.
It's weird that MCU still has so many devout followers because some of my personal friends have gone, you know what, bro, I'll go watch the Avengers movie in cinemas. I'll wait for everything else on Disney Plus. I myself haven't even finished Ms. Marvel yet because I honestly believe that's a kid's show, which is understandable that the MCU would move in that direction. They would go, we've been doing this for 11, 12, 13 years or however long it's been. All those people are now grown up to appeal to a new market of kids nowadays. We need new shows because if Disney Channel still existed, Miss Marvel would be a show on it. Make no mistake.
Uh, okay. That's actually pretty interesting. It's a little blend between Marvel and Disney. That's nice, I guess.
Exactly what it is. It's a teenage coming of age story, mostly from what I've seen, and then dealing with powers, a la Wizards of Waverly Place, for instance.
Yeah, no. Put it on Disney Channel. That sounds great.
We should be, yeah. But yeah,
Yeah.
so they were very hectic. They announced a bunch of stuff. The She-Hulk trailer, I don't know, man. That CGI is whack. It looks whack.
Is it rough? It's green people, hey, it's rough. It's hard to make it look good, hey, make it look good. That's
Yeah,
what I
very true. I can imagine because Marvel doesn't like they don't do the quintessential CGI hiding things. A lot of it isn't in the dark, and they used to have a love affair with the gray film thing. Think Age of no, yeah, like Age of Ultron was like the last one before they started doing that. You know, like Civil War, for instance, has that very noticeable film grain
Okay,
color,
yeah,
grayscale thing. And they've sort
Ah,
of been dropping that recently for more colorful things. Think Multiverse of Madness and stuff like
mhm.
that. So it makes sense that showing the Hulk in daylight, it's tricky to hide that animation. Also, you can't get past the uncanny valley because your brain still knows it's not real. So I think, like for instance, the first time I watched Infinity War, I was very much, yes, this looks all of it looks so fake. The Black Order looks fake. Thanos looks fake. But the second time, your brain adapts a little bit, and you go, "No, you know what? That's actually a very good special effect." So I'm expecting that to happen with the She-Hulk. By episode 3. We'll all be like, "No, you know what? It's actually fine." It's just that initial showing was like, "Yes, janky."
Shame.
Yeah, shame indeed. All that money, and they still can't get the love and affection they need and want to.
Oh, shame. I haven't seen too much about the She-Hulk. I'm looking at the true protagonist of the MCU and his little announcement
Mhm.
over here. Groot is getting a little mini series on Disney Plus.
Which show? Which show? I missed that. Sorry. What show?
Groot. I'm Groot.
Oh, I am. Oh, I actually want to talk about that
Yeah,
as well. Oh, you mean that fucking merchandising advertisement they're gonna shove down our throats
it
once a
looks
week?
adorable.
Toys, don't fall for the machine, man.
I'm not gonna buy a Groot toy. Maybe not.
No, you definitely on episode 4 or 5.
If I can get a little Groot planter, like have like a grass or a bush grow out of his head, yes, I would buy
Yeah,
that.
okay. Well, to be fair, that's something I would spend money on too.
Yeah, no,
Definitely.
that's cute. That's
But
really
that's why that show exists. He doesn't even speak an English language,
who
but this
cares?
also, I care. I care a lot. Well, maybe I don't care that much, but it will be. I'm sure it'll be adorable.
Yeah, no. Well,
But
yeah, we'll see.
I guess we will. Yeah, it feels like a little bit they're not expanding the universe in ways they should. Like if you're gonna make an I Am Groot show, all I really want from that is how him and Rocket came to be the bestest bros in the galaxy. That's
I I hear you. I guess this could also go on the Disney Channel.
it could definitely go on the Disney Channel. So yeah, that was what they have. Wakanda Forever looks good though, and I'll
Mm,
stick by it. That
beautiful.
looks dope.
Mm, mm, mm.
I'm very excited for that. And we got
Yeah.
some TV show announcements, some more things that I don't know and don't care about. Resident Alien season 2, don't know what that is. Mythic Quest season 3, don't know what that is. Family Guy still going strong. You'll be happy to hear, I guess. Season 21. Then we got American Dad season 17. This one caught me a little bit by surprise. The Walking Dead season 11 and another season for Tales of the Walking Dead. So here's my question to you, Madeline. At what stage does a show become a soap opera?
Um, at what stage are you moving into supernatural territory?
Yeah, exactly. Which is a boy soapy, if
It's
anything
just
else.
soapy, man. The amount of people who die and come back and are cloned and is someone else and is related to it is beautiful. At what point does I'm guessing it's a zombie soapy by this point.
It has to be. I stopped watching season 7. I watched season 7, and that was it for me. Like the first episode was great. Following off. How much The Walking Dead have you watched? Are you
I
a
have
fan?
none. I have
Not a
watched
real fan.
none.
Here's how you have to watch them. You watch season 1, season 2, season 3, and then you're done.
Oh,
And that's it. That's
I
about.
like I like things in three. It's good. It's good.
Mm. Usually, I'm a huge fan of a trilogy myself.
Yeah.
Then DC was quite active as well. We got Shazam 2, which looks cool. I
Yeah.
went to actually watch that trailer. It looks dope. Black Adam, which I have some things to say about in a second. Yeah, and then that's about the big ones that they announced. Here's an interesting one for you that came out of nowhere. I did not expect this. National Treasure 3, The
Yeah.
Edge of History.
I didn't see the trailer. I just saw the announcement, and I'm like, weird. That is strange.
Very strange. How many years is that? Let me look that up quickly. Since the sequel, I kind of like those movies, but they're designed to be liked, so I feel like it's a little bit unfair. It's not a taste thing. Those movies are made to be liked because it has all the things. It has the
Yeah.
jokes. It has an interesting MacGuffin to figure out. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but not too much talky.
Mm-mm. We're not gonna get hung up on things like character development.
No. Goodness, Nicolas Cage developing a character. What are you talking about?
So it's it's 14 years since the last one. It's 2007 for the Book of Secrets, 2004 for the original. That's quite a stretch. That's banking on some nostalgia nobody probably has.
Oh, that's tragic. Don't say it like that.
Maybe I'm just because I just did say I like those movies and I was reminded. Rotten Tomatoes didn't though. Look at this. Rotten Tomatoes scores 36% for National Treasure 2. That's quite daunting.
We will have to rewatch those and just make sure they're good. Hey.
That's actually pretty cool. You, the listener, if you want to hear us talk shit about National Treasure while watching it, please let us know. We'll definitely do that.
Yeah.
Then we got some more remakes. We got Interview with the Vampire, as opposed to Interview with a Vampire.
Oh, it's not just any old vampire. Okay, that's
This is the big one, I guess. I don't. You a big Interview with the Vampire fan? You ever see that movie? Did you read the book by any chance?
Stop asking me if I've read or seen.
You come ill-equipped to this Comic-Con debate, I see.
Yes, no, I haven't. I don't care about everything they said. You glossed over one of the things I cared about, and the other one I'm guessing is still coming up. But I will intensely care about those things when they arrive. So don't worry about that.
Also, the thing that I glossed over is a Black Adam by any chance?
No, it's Shazam and then the Dungeons and Dragons trailer because I can just talk about that. And then the one I'm guessing still coming up is a little announcement by Avatar Studios. Did you see that one?
No, I didn't. Enlighten me.
Okay, so Avatar Studios made a little announcement, nothing rough. They just kind of announced that they are developing a animated sequel to The Last Airbender, where our characters will be in their teens. Aang and the gang will be in their teens. Let me specify. Aang and the gang will be in their teens in an animated movie made by the creators of The Last Airbender show. So that is just an interesting little thing brewing in the world.
That's very interesting.
Yeah.
How do you feel about prequel shows in general? Because with something like that, you have Legend of Korra to appease, because they say and do a bunch of things that have to still be like. Although those things don't have to happen in this show, it has to still not say or do anything that could contradict the development of anything that happens in Korra afterwards. That's my issue with House of the Dragons as well. To be honest with you, with prequels, it's very cool and it could be very like gripping and drama and whatnot, but we know how it ends.
Yes, that's. Ooh, both those questions are rabbit hole topics. I'm gonna tell you now. I'm just gonna tell you now. So I have a plot line I'm hoping for the Avatar animated movie. It is one of the big questions we had at the end of the show because they made a big point about it and then said nothing about it in the last 10 minutes of the show. It's that Zuko question where he asks Ozai, "Where is my mother?" So I hope that's what the movie's about. I know they're probably going to let me down. But
definitely going to let you down. We're going to care about our protagonist all the live long. They will probably get a new villain as well.
Yeah, that would be interesting and strange to watch. So that's for the Avatar. The second part, because you brought up House of the Dragon, which looks good. But yeah, you know where it's going to end up. The only way they're going to yank your chains, I guess, if they make you care about the people that's gonna die, which is a very Game of Thrones things to do.
That is
Yes,
the house that they built it. Oh, that is the foundation that they built it on, most
yeah,
definitely. Getting
and
you to
I
care about something and then killing them off.
yes, because there can be no joy in this world.
Nope.
But so I guess that's a way you could actually make that story work, prequel wise. Um, is make it tragic in that way. You know how it's going to end. Oh, by the way, this is just a little thing. This is how Greek tragedies were written, that the audience knows the hero is going to fail, and then he does. That is the formula for a
That's an interesting
tragedy.
point. I hear you. That's an
Yeah.
interesting point. So if you stick to the other Game of Thrones thingy is, which is subverting expectations. So we'll have Grey Worm, for instance, say, I'm looking forward to going on vacation. And now, normally that trope would be, okay, Grey Worm gets his head cut off, but then they cut his girlfriend's head off. Stuff like that. If you do
Okay.
that in a prequel show, however, it could become a little. You understand what I'm saying? Because a prequel only really works if you pay off the things the fans already expect, I feel. Like a prequel only works if you give them what they want. So if we're sticking to the Game of Thrones ideology, I guess you can call it, then it's going to be a lot of. So you want to see about the Targaryens and how they came to power. So yeah, they are, but no, here's someone else, and they are in charge now. And this is the. You see what I'm saying? Like it won't necessarily. Like if you're gonna try and zig and zag across that story, I think you'll lose a lot of audience quickly.
Why would you make me sad? Now I'm so skeptical.
You should be. You should be skeptical.
Yeah,
Hollywood is an
no.
interconnected. Those people have lost touch millions of years ago.
Yeah,
So
okay.
yes, we'll see.
It is
Quickly
apparent.
to go over the last few. Yeah, they are things that announced that I don't care about. Season 3. That thing with I don't know how you say his name. Is it Jason Momoa? Is it Jason Mimosa? Is it Jason? I don't know.
I think you got it right in the first time.
Yeah. Okay. Awesome.
Jason Mimosa.
The Little Demon, which is this is another thing I'm tired of. Adult animation is a tricky thing. And you just can't have animated characters cussing into the screen and go, look, we're being progressive, we're being edgy, we're saying things everyone is thinking. You're not, dude. You're having a bunch of animated characters running around spewing profanities. That does not make it adult animation or even entertaining. Like Rick and Morty is good and all, episodic to episodic, but a large portion of it still feels like, yes, some of these things do not need to be said. They're all like the blasphemous stuff, for instance. Like, just leave it alone, man. We all get it. There's no God. It's just whatever.
a,
Understand
a
what
lot, a lot of yeah, and I hear you. A lot of the stuff in the show in Rick and Morty is sometimes a bit rough. I
Not
get it. I
necessarily
get it.
funny.
And not necessarily funny. So maybe just be skeptical. See, I just finished watching Castlevania because I can't keep to any kind of schedule or trends. So I just got to that. And there's a lot of that in that as well, and a lot of cutting people in half and putting detail into intestines and everything. You know, it's rough. It's sometimes it's kind of rougher because it's animated because they they go for it.
Yeah, they really go for it. My
Yeah.
favorite is when they do that thing where you'll slice in the air quickly, then you get 3 white stripes, and then you have a guy's face coming apart. That's that's where it's at for me.
Yeah, that's how they play it in Castlevania. That's
Mm.
what they do, among other things. It's rough actually, but it has a parental warning on it because it needs one.
It
It
does
really
need one.
does.
Yeah,
So,
kids can't watch that. It might be
yeah.
cartoons, but you need to know. Then Mike Judge's Beavis and Butthead, which does anybody
What?
care about this? Yeah, for real.
What?
Yes. Does anybody want this? Who's funding this, man? Beavis and Butthead. Oh,
See,
I could never. It's not for me, man.
there's a spin-off show of Beavis and Butthead. I'm such a humor. Um, Daria from back in the 90s, early 2000s. It is brilliant. Okay, it is hilarious. Beavis and Butthead, shoot me. I'm not a fan. I'm guessing there's a lot of fans for it, but Daria was the show that I liked a lot. So if there's a Beavis and Butthead like revival, I'm excited for the Daria one down the line, I guess. Is what I have to say.
So, but it'll probably depend on the success of this one. I honestly didn't think there was any fans left for this show, but I guess here we are. But it could also be like just looking at the '90s, going, "What haven't we done yet?" And what can we still use today? Oh, there's no actor playing Beavis and Butthead. Let's do that. It's animation. It can be anyone.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I hear you.
Then the Tidal Zone, a SpongeBob Universe special, which is what the fuck? What does that look like? Are we getting multiple SpongeBobs? I don't know. I didn't watch the trailer, and I'm not going to either. SpongeBob's also one of those things where I get there are many adults out there, so you should watch it. It's actually quite funny. It has very adult themes in it, but every animation does, bro. Every animation does have adult themes in it. It doesn't make it funny or good.
Okay, I hear you. SpongeBob. I guess my major complaint against SpongeBob is it's a very screechy show. Like they yell a lot.
That is quite nail and the head and the hitting of it that you got really good. It's very screechy.
The plain and simple reason I can't watch it is my ears are too old and my energy level's too low.
We can't keep up. That's true. It's made for kids, but it's akin to those family vloggers who yell into the screen, "What's up, guys?" SpongeBob is it's the animated form of that.
Yeah, that's rough.
And then the Orville New Horizons, which is not a new show, but it is coming to Disney Plus, and I've never watched it. I should actually get around to it because I am quite a large Seth MacFarlane fan. I dig his comedy, so I should definitely get around to it. It's coming to Disney Plus, so that's probably where I'll watch it. And then that's about it. The other stuff is all relatively, like, I'm sure it has its fans, but it's not going to draw.
Did we talk about the Sandman? I can't remember now.
No, we're not going to talk about the Sandman here. Please join us on our lengthy podcast, the weekly thing, episode 2, if you want to hear about the Sandman, what that is and what it's going to look like and why we're excited. And then I think we'll do a little bit of Black Adam. I don't know. I'm excited. I think I get why they're doing what they're doing. So if you didn't know, they're going to replace Black Adam as this. They're going to replace Superman with Black Adam as the central character for the DCEU, just like they did with Iron Man for MCU. Like Iron Man is kind of the linchpin for all of that. So it feels like they're trying to put in Black Adam to be that, because Superman is just too strong. Like you can't, even all Superman's arcs, like some of them are good, but most of them it's the good ones aren't centered around him being beaten and then has to learn a new trick or power or use his powers in a creative way. Because if your power just trumps everything else, whereas I think the thinking process here is Black Adam is a little bit more vulnerable. So we can still have a super strong central character to put all this around, but at least he's still vulnerable and whatnot. So no more Henry Cavill Superman is basically what that boils down to, which I get it. Like, I get why they're doing this, but I kind of like Henry Cavill Superman. I think Man of Steel gets a rough shake at the critics. I think that movie is a lot better than it gets credit for, but that's just me.
Conversation was so riddled with little rabbit holes that I could dive into. That is interesting. I didn't know the plan was to replace Superman with the Dwayne Rock Johnson. So that's interesting.
Yeah, Dwayne The Rock Johnson. He sells tickets, I guess. Like everyone's mother likes the Dwayne The Rock Johnson. So I think their thinking is, at the very least, we'll get seats, we'll get asses in seats. Yeah. And that's what they want. Because, I don't know, the latest DCU stuff's kind of good. The Suicide Squad sequel was great.
Ooh, that's great. I loved it.
It was really great. Aquaman's good. The Peacemaker show is good. I have some issues with the Peacemaker show, but nothing that breaks the overall narrative for me. Aquaman, I said, and what's the other one? Shazam. Obviously, Shazam's lots of fun. You can easily go back to Shazam.
Yeah. I'm excited for Shazam.
And then a last one, which we should get to. I'm just not sure when, but the Chucky show. It's getting another season. Season 2 for the Chucky show. If you didn't know, there's a Chucky show. It's not as bad. I'm not going to lie. I've seen some of it. It's not great. It is a TV show, and it's a little less expensive, but not bad at all. Very new agey. Yeah.
Oh, many questions. Very many questions.
But yeah, nothing. It's one of those things that will come and go, and a few years from now, I'll just do it again. So like the staples, because Chucky is amongst like the biggest horror icons out there. They'll never go away.
Yeah, That's interesting. Also, many rabbit holes.
Many rabbit holes for Chucky, definitely. Because those movies, yo, what a mixed bag of quality, eh?
That's interesting. That's interesting. I learned a lot today, actually, about things coming back. Weird.
But that's all we want, bro. If you're learning things, if you learned, the listener, if you learned anything, please do drop us a comment. Please give us a like.
Yes.
Subscribe to our channel if you'd like to see us grow and develop a little bit. And thank you for joining us.
Yeah. Thank you, man.